Okay, we got the seat belts laid back in. And note to self, they're difficult to get through the seat, but if you run that down in there and clip into it, you can pull them through, and it makes things a lot easier. Just a little tip. Pull a few screws, nice and easy here. That way at least I can try to do something about the foggy lenses on this thing. Try to clean up the back cluster here a little bit maybe, and mainly it's because there's no dash lights. Well, I've got one right here. I have no idea if it works. The bulb looks good, so hopefully I'll be able to trace the wiring on this one here. Try to jump a lead to it and just see if maybe it's just got something bad ground or something, or maybe, I'm not sure, but we'll see what I can do about that. At least if I can get this one's connected to the whole series, so if I can get this one to work, the rest of them should come on if they're not burned out. And if not, I'll come up with an idea. I mean, it ain't going to be very hard for me to maybe pigtail a wire and maybe put an LED or something up underneath the back panel here, so, or up in the side or somewhere in here maybe. We'll see. This is pretty easy to work on, straightforward, so I should be able to get this problem fixed. That's a real easy fix. Check this bulb here, she's burned out, put one in. This one works. I start looking around and the other one's hidden right there. This little tab is. Pulled that out, it's burned out. So I took the one I had here and I put it in there, and now we got dash lights. This one up here is working actually. So I guess when I changed this one here, got the circuit cleaned off and this one here kicked on because it wasn't working before. Alright. It's one less thing to have to worry about. Okay, as far as I can tell, I got all the lights working in the dash now. I got this in here fixed. Just had to pretty much pull the bulb. I reached my hand up in there and found it on the back side and just popped it out, cleaned it up a little bit, and put it back in. It still was working. This one down here is going. This one up here is working, and the one in here. So there's 4. Now I'm not sure if there's a 5th one up in here somewhere, but I mean that doesn't really matter. So there is light shining all the way up, right up into there. So that should be enough to illuminate the gauges. You see how all good to go. Let's get her put back together. Okay, so we're down here working on the bottom side. We got this center section right here. I cut all the bad stuff out and ground down all the little spot welds. Got the rotted stuff out, sprayed it, hand sanded it and cleaned it. Got it all painted and stuff. I'm gonna lay a patch that connects here on this edge, right here across the edge. I'm gonna jump it forward and attach it here to the front edge. That'll recover this piece here and join the front and back pans. Put a little seam sealer on there after it's all welded into place, and that should be good to go. The other side ain't so bad. I'll be able to just lay a strip across there and a little patch right in that little spot right there, so that'll be easy. And just come back and seam seal it too. Okay, it's moving along. Okay, this is where we're at here. Took the grill apart and cleaned it and reshot it all black there and taped off the center and bottom trims on it. Cleaned up and did the radiator support here. Cleaned up and reshopped the top of the deck here. I just used the flat black on this. Doesn't need to be shiny, I don't think. Came in and wire brushed and rough sanded the rails down here underneath. So when I get the wheels off and stuff, I'll start working on the front and back ends of the frame there. So got the bottom piece welded gaff to gaff down here and all sealed up all the way across. That's good to go. Yeah, you can see the fuel gauge now. Little baking soda and some toothpaste, and I polished the plastic lens. I mean, at least you can see through it now, which is way better than it was before. All the lights are working now on the dash. Brake lights, tail lights, all the running lights, blinkers work. So, one less problem. Gonna have to do something about the tail lights. Because they're rotted through. They're just like cardboard. We're gonna have to do something about them. I got this side here wire brushed and rough sanded and all shot. Still got to do a little bit of underbelly work on this, and there's a little teeny tiny patch I still got to get up in here somewhere. Yeah, right here. I'll have to get a little patch in here and hammer down the edge right here and stuff. Weld a little seam across here, which won't be bad. But other than that, she's coming along, looking pretty good. Did get the headlight bezels put in too, so. Okay, that's where the project is right at the moment. Alright, thanks for watching. Alright, so this will be the next part of the project. No point in even dropping the motor in here until I get all the brake lines and new flex lines put on, because they're all just starting to crack and stuff already. I mean, there's no point in even running these, so we pop the clip here off and just snip the lines. So we don't already got new clips, so we'll just cut the line and that'll get the rubbers off here, and probably gonna have to order new calipers anyway. I really doubt that the bleeders are going to open on these, especially since they're pointing straight up in the air, so they're full of garbage, I'm sure. I mean, we'll try to crack them open, and if they don't, no big deal. New calipers, new rubbers, new 3/8 line, boom, 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 because it's going to be easier to get in here and break these lines off the little regulator down there, or whatever. A little fluid transfer. Said same thing. This one here, she's rough as all get out too. So I said we'll just beat it off and cut the lines and forget about it. Okay, just keep on working. And we already know there's no fluid in the. Well, I put fluid in there and cleaned them. Try to get the seal wet if it ain't screwed up for the back master cylinder here, or for the back brakes. So whatever, it's got fluid in there. And here's the line off the. It tells you, hey, your brakes are out. Well, it looks like it's either been cut or it was caught and ripped off. But here's the other end up in here. So I'll just clean them up and I'll put a little connector on them and reconnect them. So, Other than that, really, there ain't nothing else broken in the wiring department in here, so. Alright. Back to working on this. Got the wheels off. Got the lines cut. We got the lines loose off the regulator there for the fluid. And amazingly enough, this one actually had a cap on the bleeder. The other side didn't, but I got both bleeders actually broke loose instead of snapping off. So you can see we're gonna put new flex lines on because these are got cracks in them and stuff. So that's no big deal. So at least we don't need to buy calipers. I mean, you can see she's definitely been sitting around for a while. I mean, the rotor don't feel too bad, right? I mean, there ain't no big lips or anything on them, so I mean, a little bit of probably just need to clean them up a little bit. New brake shoes and all that. And yeah, should be good to go. So yeah. And before you guys start hollering, I got cinder blocks underneath here. Use them the right way, you won't have a problem. Got them standing up like they're supposed to be, and got one on each side. I still have the jack underneath the center there, just for emergency or extra little support, whatever. So yeah, I'm pretty confident she ain't gonna go nowhere. So okay, I mean, at least we don't need that. We just need some new soft lines, new brake lines, and a little more fluid. Get the front done, and then we'll move to the back. Alright, you guys. Obviously they serviced this thing pretty good. I mean this is the clumps of grease and dirt here coming off up here around the upper ball joints and stuff. I mean, you can just see how thick that is. So obviously, you know, I mean, the front end's solid. There's no play or nothing in the joints. So I mean, they must did a heck of a job keeping it lubed all the time, at least. Again, it ain't doing no good now, so gonna clean it all off. And I mean, all the rubber boots look good up in there still. Yeah, we're happy with that. I mean, you can just see it. She's just plugged over. Alright, we got the calipers off. I mean, it's just basically just these big old Allen bolts back here, and I just get the Allen wrench on there and a little extra leverage, pop them loose. Got them off. Basically just clean the calipers up, and new flex lines, new brake shoes, new hard line, new clips, back up to the proportioner valve up there, and bleed the fronts out, and the front brakes will be done. So pretty much straightforward, and we'll get all this here all cleaned and painted while we're at it, and kind of see where I stop. So okay, moving along. Time to spend more money. Okay, so we just need to get this side here looking like this side over here. So we got the caliper back on, new shoes. I'm waiting on the rubber line. They should be there now. So it's just amount of wire brushing and sanding and all that. And there's the hard line for the other side, and there's the shorty. It's gonna run from there to there. I need to buy me some more of these. These little guys here are awesome for getting up in the little groove zones and stuff like that. So, alright, get this side all cleaned up, and we'll cleaner down into that section because I didn't really clean from here up very well. It's just a little overspray, so knock that off, and what stays stays, and what doesn't, get covered again. Okay, we'll run the wire wheel on here a little bit and get most of that cleaned off, get them all blown out. So just keep moving. Okay, got this side back together, all cleaned, all shot. New brake shoes. I mean, the rotors aren't perfectly clean. I mean, I just wire brushed the heck out of them, but I'm sure they're gonna clean up once I start using them. It ain't gonna take but a few times, and they're gonna shine right up. So, worst case scenario, you know, I'd just get some new rotors, but they don't. I don't think they're warped. So, all right, let's go get the soft lines and start plumbing the hard lines back into this mess. All right, I got the brakes all plumbed, all new lines. I mean, we even got them in the hold downs up on the frame, and the hold downs in the center and stuff. So, yeah, we're all good. Nice new rubbers, all new metal. See, so you can see a little hole down there. Only one on the inside frame rail. I didn't have enough line to quite stretch it over there, but hey, that'll work. Nothing's driven, the line's tight. It ain't gonna be bouncing around and moving, so okie dokie. Looking way better. So at least we know she's gonna stop now. Nice new lines that ain't all cracked. So, all right, you guys. Now we just need to get them bled.